Jeff Davis. Remember, Jeff Davis was the president of the Confederacy, and that's his bust up there. But when the march, I'm kind of moving fast. The march from Selma to Montgomery. This is where the march was ending up. This is where they were coming to right there. And that the reason that they were coming for the march is that in a little town called Marion, Alabama. Marion, Alabama is where Dr. King's wife, Coretta Scott King, was from Marion. Also, Ambassador Andrew Young's wife was from that same area. Also, Mrs. Abernathy, Juanita Abernathy, was from that same area of Marion. But anyway, they were having a non-violent voter registration drive in Marion, Alabama. And what happened was Albert Turner was the leader in Marion, and he was conducting the voter registration drive. And that they were having so much problem until Albert Turner Sr. came to SCLC, now this is in 1965, and said that, look, Dr. King, we're having some problems down here in Marion. We need your help. And Dr. King said, well, okay, what I will do is that I will dispatch one of my staff persons to go down there and help you all organize. And that staff person that Dr. King dispersed was Reverend James Orange. Reverend James Orange was just he was from Birmingham, and he was a teenager, maybe 15, 16, 17 years old. But anyway, Reverend Orange went to Marion, and they were having a voter registration drive. And that what happened on February the 24th, which was about 3 weeks ago from today, in Marion, Alabama, during that march, is that what happened is that Reverend James Orange was arrested for leading a march in Marion. He was put into jail, Reverend Orange was, in Marion. And so on February 24th, they had a march to highlight the fact that Reverend Orange was in jail. Now, Reverend Orange told me this out of his own mouth, not just me, but I've heard him say it on several times. Reverend Orange said that he credits Jimmy Lee Jackson to saving his life, because while Reverend Orange was in jail in Marion, he overheard some of the prisoners saying, and the jail, he said, man, said the Ku Klux Klan is coming tonight, and they're going to let you. And so Reverend Orange said that was, but anyway, SCLC and others had a march. Reverend C.T. Vivian, who's on the staff of SCLC, he was the keynote speaker. So they came and had the rally in Marion. But long story short, the Alabama State Troopers got wind of it, and they came and just started beating heads and everything left and right. Jimmy Lee Jackson was one of the persons who lived in Marion. But anyway, when the police came in one of this little cafe and started beating Jimmy Lee Jackson's mother and grandfather, Jimmy Lee Jackson, went and told them what you and I would have done and said, don't do this. But the Alabama State Trooper point blank shot Jimmy Lee Jackson. And that 8 days later, Jimmy Lee Jackson died at Good Samaritan Hospital in Selma. And so the people said, well, what are we going to do about it? And somebody made the suggestion, and someone said it was James Bevel. They said, well, look, since the Alabama State Troopers killed Jimmy Lee Jackson, let's take his body to the steps of the Capitol and tell George Wallace that since you killed him, now you bury him. And then somebody said that, well, look, let's move this just beyond Jimmy Lee Jackson and make it a voting rights thing. And so that's how it ended up being from Selma to Montgomery, because Selma, can you believe Selma being a lot bigger than somewhere else? But anyway, from Selma to Montgomery, they said that we're going to have it. But originally they had planned for the march to be from where? From Marion to here, because of Jimmy Lee Jackson. And the Reverend Orange had said that during that night, and that was the same night that they was going to come and lynch Reverend Orange. And he said that because of the shooting and all of that, then that took away from it. And Reverend Orange said that he credits that to saving his life. And so the march moved from Marion because of Jimmy Lee Jackson. And I've heard Congressman Lewis say the same thing, that it was Jimmy Lee Jackson. Had it not been for Jimmy Lee Jackson, this march that we 52 years ago would never have happened. So they moved it from Marion and from Selma to Montgomery. So the reason we're stopping here is that this is the end of the march. So we're really going backwards right now. This is where the march ended up. Okay. Yes, sir. That's what George Wallace says, segregation now, segregation forever. Okay? Now, look to your left and you see the little street, see the little church on the left? That's Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. That's where Dr. King was pastor. Now look at that church, and now you got to go back 60, 70 years ago. Look at that church in comparison to First Baptist, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. This was the quote unquote monk to monk church. This would be kind of like friendship. I mean, I ain't hating no friendship, but I'm just trying to give you a comparison of group. Now, what street is this? Dexter Avenue. Going back again 2 years later, Miss Rosa Parks, when she was arrested, guess where she was? Oh, she told me to turn. I'm sorry. Right in my mouth. But that was Dr. King's church, and they Dexter Avenue, and since he died, they changed it to King Memorial. But you know, the point I'm saying is that was the bus that Miss Rosa Parks was on,